Can you believe it's been so long?
We're back. We're back. What a summer. Wow.
It was crazy.
It really was.
Right? And we're just now saying goodbye to summer. I mean, really
and
not
hello,
officially.
fall.
We love fall.
Yes.
We love summer.
But technically, you know what I love is that, like, even in my emails and stuff, like, I find myself doing that, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I'll be like, hey, Bethany, hope you're enjoying the last few days of summer. But technically, summer goes until, like, September
23rd. Oh, 23rd?
Oh, no, you're right, the 21st.
It is? I can't keep up. It's busy.
The 23rd is like a birthday date in my family.
Oh, whose birthday?
Lewis and Haley. They have the same birthday.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Lewis and Haley.
And my dad's is the 24th.
Oh, my gosh.
September's a big month.
Sure is.
Yeah. Do you have any birthdays in September?
No, Cole's is in October.
Oh, I got a couple in October, too.
Okay.
Yeah. we'll save that for the next episode. Tell me about, okay, so let's, we have so much to fill everybody in.
We have so much to recap. So much to recap.
There has been a lot happening, right? We spent a lot of lake time this summer.
So beautiful on the lake, beautiful on the water. Buffalo had a gorgeous summer. It's not over yet. I mean, we're pretending it's fall, but we've still got some beautiful warm days.
I honestly think, and I hope that September does not disappoint, but September has always historically been awesome.
Yes.
I may have just jinxed us.
Nicer than the spring, I think. Always that fall.
100% nicer than the spring. There is no spring in Buffalo.
I agree.
We go from like winter right to summer sometimes.
Yes. So fill us in. What's going on? How was the summer? You moved.
Yes.
Changed zip codes.
Yes. Moved from Snyder into the city. Technically only about 4 miles away, but it's amazing. Back in my childhood home, and we're doing some heavy renovations in it. And it's been amazing being so close to Delaware Park. Really enjoying
Flo
that.
is probably thrilled.
Flo. I love that dog. She's the best. She's psyched. She's super psyched. And, but it's been fun to kind of explore a new neighborhood. You know, once you live there, you kind of you can watch it breathe.
Right.
In a way than when you just go and you go out to dinner or something in a different neighborhood and you're like, oh, yeah. But lovely neighbors, really awesome. And so that's been fun and exhausting.
Maybe new podcast followers.
True. Yeah. Yes.
Have you let them know yet?
Some of them. Yeah. Some of them. Go bang on their doors, bring some cookies and be like, hey, follow the podcast.
For sure.
Get housed. What about you?
It was busy. We had a lot of softball tournaments. We were traveling.
Yeah, you were always on the go.
We got to see some family in the Thousand Islands. And summer concert series, of course, happened at Judd's house.
J-Love. He brought it.
His sure did.
Family will not forget that. And I think that's just the start, honestly.
Right? Annual event, for sure.
I hope that we don't lose J-Love and Get House 716 to this new concert series because, he does have a career on the horizon with that kind of talent. Maybe, and you were featured in it.
Sure. Little Country Roads. Who doesn't want to get up there and do a little karaoke? I'm so sad
I was out of town and I missed it.
We missed you. You would have really added something special.
I know it's called the summer concert series, but maybe we could have a fall or a winter concert series and,
I think check with Jed.
I think the neighborhood wants more, Jed. I think so. So I think it's time.
When I was there the other day, the disco ball is still up, so it's ready for you.
It could just be my own little concert series.
That's right.
Just turn on the disco ball and give me a mic and we'll have a good time.
Mm-hmm. So Cole is back to school and in classes. Miles is starting his college adventure.
Yeah. I know. All the things.
Scouting out the schools.
Crazy.
So
Crazy. All good stuff.
Busy.
Yeah. And there's been a lot of stuff happening in real estate.
So
Wow.
real
Big
estate, some
buzz.
big changes. So
All over the news.
all over the news. A lot of, I'm going to say fiction being reported instead of fact. So
Fake news.
Fake news. Fake news.
Fake news.
I don't think that the changes have been quite as dramatic as people anticipated.
It was a big buildup, right?
It was
I mean, they started talking about the changes in like February, March, April, and then it was just months and months of like what's to come, what's to come, what's to come. And then when it hit, it was more about
Wah, wah.
like, oh, this is it? Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's not that
No. So
overwhelming.
Really, two changes. And if you were a buyer or seller, one of them you may not even have noticed. So for agents, compensation is no longer published in the multiple list service, which is what we use to communicate professionally with other agents. So that's where we search for homes and look for homes for our buyers, where we advertise for sellers. And then that feeds to Zillow and Redfin and
Right.
Realtor.com and all of those other places. So now compensation is no longer allowed to be advertised in those places.
Right.
So a change.
What if someone had a listing before the change happened? And did their MLS listing get tweaked then with the new rules?
Yes. So they just took it right out of there. So you can't find it there anymore.
Yeah.
So for agents, we just communicate differently. I mean, it's still on websites like Howard Hanna and Keller Williams and Hunt and all the broker agencies. I'll still have it published. So we just look for it other places and communicate with agents.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So that's one change.
that's one change. And then the other change is around buyer's agreements. So now, before we show a buyer a home, we have to let them know how the commission is structured and have to have them sign an agreement around that. So,
Right. And it is, right,
Happening
the
across the
seller,
nation.
and it's up to the seller what they want to offer the buyer's agent, which it was always up to the seller.
Always up to the
I
seller.
mean, that
always
hadn't changed.
negotiable.
It was always part of that. So there is, nothing huge there. It's
No.
just more about being that open transparency, being able to have those conversations early on. If you're a buyer or you're a seller with your agent, which I applaud. I mean, you should be having those conversations regardless. If you have a trustworthy agent, then it shouldn't be a hard conversation to have. That's information that you all need to know. So, yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree. So,
Yeah. And it's been a little quiet, right? Like I feel like August, people are on vacation, not a ton of listings, and it's
not a lot out there. Interest rates dropped just a
Yeah.
little bit, which is fantastic.
yes.
So,
yes, hooray for that.
I saw on there, though, that once interest rates drop a little bit further, buyers back to flooding the market. So if you're a buyer, I would say think about looking now before that happens, because
And if
then
you're a
there's so much
seller,
competition.
because the inventory is low, now is also the time. Get your house out there before there are so many. Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. It's always fun to see homes too that are for sale because in the summer and the fall, just because of the landscaping is
So pretty.
stunning.
So pretty.
mean-
I mean, we're headed into the mums, right?
Yes, I love a good mum.
I mean, who doesn't?
Pumpkin spice and mum all day long. You seem like more of like a salsa, chips, and tequila kind of girl.
I do love a good queso. Bring it on over.
I mean,
Chips and guac by the pool.
I am like-
yes, please.
apple cider, donuts, apple picking, fall. If I can pull my vest out, it's a
I
good
worked
day.
at a cider mill. I worked at Mayo Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Tell
was
me more.
that was one of my jobs when I graduated from college. So I started in
What did you do there?
in retail. I ran their store.
Okay. Were you putting the apples in the machine or doing the pressing or anything? Were you in the mill?
No, I was in the mill, but in the store. So I ran the store. So
The cash
sold
register.
the cider and the donuts and, supervised that bakery.
Was there taste testing done?
Once in a while, there was a taste testing.
Yes.
I mean, those apple cider donuts and that pie. How could you not? And then we started doing gift baskets, and I had so much. That was a really fun job. One day, my mother came to work with me.
Oh, I love Anita stories.
Sure
Tell me
do.
more.
One day, my mother came to work with us, and now, I mean, you do a significant amount of business in a very short time. And back then, gallons of cider were like $3.25. So,
What are they now?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But maybe it was $4. I don't remember. But I
Okay.
do remember there were small transactions and a lot of them. And when we started the day, all of the singles were not facing in the same direction. And I remember my mother saying, who does this? Who doesn't keep the singles facing in the same direction in the cash register?
Not Anita.
She soon found out you could barely get those ones in there. You were moving so fast.
Did she work there as well?
She worked there one shift with me.
Oh,
And
wow.
then
It's a family affair.
one shift, and
then said, "I
that was
can't handle it."
She said, "I'm out.
This is
Take
too
me
much.
to dinner."
This is too much. The dollars aren't in the right side. I can't do it.
Yes.
All right. So
Yeah,
tell me,
so-
what was your favorite performance from the summer concert series?
I'm gonna say, I mean, aside from me singing, which
Clearly.
probably was my favorite performance, but not everyone else's. The showman at the end, I mean, that was a real showstopper.
I mean, leave them wanting more.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I mean, Judd coming out in the ringmaster costume.
And those girls.
Cute daughters of his in their circus outfits.
It is just a dream come true. Literally, right? What was the song? It was the dream song.
Oh, right. I didn't. A Million Dreams. Thank you, Judd. Thank you. So yeah, that was incredible. So, like, I can see the conversation 30 years from now with those two girls sitting around the table. Remember when Dad set up the garage so we could do the concert? Where are those wigs?
Meanwhile, every neighbor is now, all their kids are being like, "Dad, will you do this for me?" And they're like, "Ugh, I'm going to kill that Judd."
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, what's on the horizon for fall?
Well, we have a lot going on this fall, right? So I have some listings coming up, which I'm really excited about. I have a little piece of land. It's like an acre or two in Attica, which
I can't wait to get my boots on and go walk that.
Yeah, I have not been to Attica, but I know the prison's there, and I actually have visited the prison, not as an inmate, but on a tour. It was extremely interesting. That's a story.
It wasn't like
That's a story.
a
in
visit
itself.
where you were visiting somebody that you knew. were
Okay,
you?
all right. I have a really quick story about my visit to Attica. So really quickly, I had just moved back to Buffalo as an adult, and I joined this Leadership Buffalo class. And if you don't know Leadership Buffalo, it's a very cool organization, and
Sure is.
you learn all different businesses, and you see all different parts of Western New York. And my hair is sticking to my very sticky gloss right now. And one of the trips was to go have a tour of the state prison in Attica. And so they gave you a little list of like the do's and don'ts before you come.
Okay.
Like, don't make eye contact, don't start conversation, whatever. And one of them is you're going through a metal detector. So don't wear an underwire bra. And so I'm in the parking spot and I'm reading my email because I'm late to the game. And I'm looking at this and I was like, oh, geez, what do I do here?
What happened? What happened? What was the outcome? Took that bra off in the parking lot?
I
you
sure
were back
did.
in the 70s?
I sure did.
Nice.
I took off that bra and I was like, I'm not getting beeped at that security. No way. And so I walked through, and then my classmates, the people that were on the tour with me, were like, why are you standing all like arms crossed and everything? And I was like, well, I explained the situation and I didn't want it to beep because of the underwire and whatnot. And they were like, are you serious? And I was the only one. Everyone else was still wearing their brassiere. I was the only one. And I don't think I ever shared that. And now I'm sharing it with everybody.
This is a fantastic
But this was a long
story.
time ago. I don't think any of the same inmates, or maybe they are still in there. But we're going to go look at the piece of land out there.
I can't wait.
There is beautiful, beautiful
You can
country.
wear a bra for that. No metal detector.
The bra's on, not to scare people. The bra's on. But the Attica is beautiful. I mean, like, just driving through the country. And so it's a really cool place. There's a lot of camps out there, a lot
the
of
railroad. I think there's a Boy Scout camp out there. Isn't there a Boy Scout camp out there? Scout Haven? Scout Haven is out in that area. Okay.
There are like cool
Freedom, New York.
Oh,
yeah, there
okay.
are cool barns. My friend has a barn out there, and they do like snowshoeing, cross country skiing, snowmobiling. It's just a cool space. So I'm excited to check it out as well.
Me too.
But yeah, there's just.
Can I wear my hat?
You sure can, Yellowstone.
Yes.
Yes. Your hat is gorgeous, and I heard you got another one.
Sure did. I
Can't wait to see the other
Heather
one.
Abula's, she does fantastic hats.
She sure does.
going to be going on the road soon with that hat show.
I
and
cannot wait.
I can't wait.
I love the turquoise in that hat.
Yeah,
Zoom
this
in.
one,
No, it's on the other
the
side.
other side?
Yeah,
This
show
side?
it.
that turquoise?
It's really, really
So
pretty.
these were custom hats that we made to celebrate Marnie's birthday.
Yes, that was a really fun afternoon. Mm-hmm. It took us a very long time to come up with a design, but luckily,
I mean, mostly because we were distracted shopping and talking. But
yes. What else is new? But
October, maybe you can pull yours out for October.
are you going to dress up for Halloween?
Usually I do not.
Judge, should we have a Halloween party? And maybe get out the concert series?
Marnie's really bummed that she missed it, and
Or
we'll
I'll
do
just hit
anything.
a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
We'll see what the weather's going to be like.
Ooh, maybe I'll have. Maybe I will have a little bit of a Halloween party at the new house because it is a little torn up inside.
Is
now.
a little- could be
So
haunted
it could be
at
a
the
haunted,
moment.
It could make a very cool haunted house at the moment.
For sure.
So there are opportunities there. So what's on your plate for the fall?
So I love fall. I like going to Ellicottville. I like just kind of exploring. It's a time where we don't always have a ton to do on the weekends. Winter we're skiing a ton. Summer we're doing softball tournaments. So I feel like fall is one of those times where like you can just literally enjoy Western New York and kind of do some fun things. So.
When did your boat get sealed up? We had so much fun on your boat.
I know. Usually October.
Okay, so we might get a couple more runs in.
Get another one in there. Yeah.
No, I love the fall too. And apple picking.
Apple picking. I mean, we're at a perfect spot today.
Yes.
Should we talk about where we are?
Yes. I mean,
My
look
gosh.
at this. This is in our backyard, folks. This is
We are
easy
not in
to drive
studio
to.
today.
No, we're on location.
Yeah, Becker Farms in Gasport.
Gasport. Mm-hmm.
It was 30 minutes from Amherst.
Yeah.
I mean, a little further for
a little
you.
further from the city, but not much, 50 minutes or so.
Right.
It is, it's celebrating its 130 years.
Yes.
And they have so much going on this fall. It's very cool. We're going to talk to one of the owners, Mindy, in a little bit.
Mindy, Yes, who took it over from her parents. So it's been in the family for so long.
Yeah.
It's a sweet story.
And her grandfather and her great-grandfather started it. I mean, it's kind of amazing.
Right? So, yeah, can't wait to hear more for sure. So, there's the vineyards behind us.
They have wine tasting here.
They have wine tasting.
And cider tasting.
Apple orchards, petting zoo.
Oh, yeah. Lots of cute little animals. And all different, pergolas. There's, all these little hideouts. It's very cool.
There are. People get married here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Who is getting
so
married out
very
there?
charming.
Do we have anyone in the pod squad getting married? Because
Yeah. Could we be on the invite list?
I actually might want to be a bridesmaid. Wedding crashers. We should come. Oh, there's a wedding later today. We could be a wedding crasher.
See, we're part of the video team. Where's the
Perfect.
buffet?
But they make homemade pies. They make their own wine. You can have these like delicious donuts. And we're going to
cinnamon
pick some
sugar.
apples. And we're going to pet some animals. It's going to be a fun day.
Sure are.
Yeah.
Sure are. Well,
Perfect.
great to catch up. I am so glad that we are back.
We're back and we're ready.
Taking
We're
a
ready.
little tour.
Yeah. Yeah. Kids are back in school and we're out filming. Ooh, ooh. All right, Pod Squad. Catch you later.
We'll see you soon.
Bye. We happen to be in one of my most favorite places in Western New York, which is Becker Farms. We have Mindy here joining us today. Thank you so much for having the Get House 716 team today. We are excited to
Becker Farms celebrating 130 years this year.
Yep.
Now, we know you haven't been here 130 years.
No, I haven't been here.
You look pretty young. Pretty young.
long, no.
How long have you been here?
So my husband and I took over the farm in 1979 from my grandfather. So the farm that the public knows is what we created in the last 44 years or whatever it is, 45 years.
And this was all not here.
Right. The only thing that was here is the little house that's now our farmhouse market.
So, and I love that market, by the way.
Oh, thank
Those
you.
pies.
Good.
Pies.
Yeah, the pies. The pies
Yum.
are good.
Donuts.
My grandmother's recipe.
Cider,
Yep.
all of it. So good. But looking around, you have really grown. I would love to hear a little bit about the different stages of where you're known for your apple orchards.
Mm-hmm.
But then you had the brilliant idea of creating a vineyard and having animals and cider now. There's
Right.
and a venue for events.
Yes. Yeah, we kind of went in stages. Way back, it was my great-grandfather bought the farm originally, the original land. And then my grandfather, he spent his whole life here. He lived here. He was born and died in the house that's now our market.
Oh, my God.
And then it went to my mother. And my father wasn't really a farmer, but he kept the farm going part-time. And I kept my brother and I and my grandfather out of trouble. And I enjoyed the farm. And when I went to college, I met my husband, Oscar, who was not a farmer. I had to turn him into a farmer. But he had a lot of vision on what
Could be.
a farm could be. Not necessarily a traditional farm, but what people from the city would like to see as a farm and would like to experience on a farm. So he had all kinds of visions, and he was going for landscape architecture. So everything looks nice because that's
We can tell. For sure. For
we were
sure.
admiring all of the
Beautiful
gorgeous
flowers and horticulture. How many acres is the farm?
the farm is 340 acres.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. So, but that is a small farm by today's standards. So we have to be different to be able to make a living on a farm of that size.
Mhm.
So we have basically cut out the middleman. We grow everything. We sell it directly to the public, mostly by pick your own, and some already picked. We also have a CSA. People subscribe
To the crop share.
to the crop
Nice.
share. So then we sell some of our crops that way, and then we make it into fun things. So we make wine, pies, hard cider, apple butter.
Is that all part of the share?
Yes, it can be. Yes, it can be part of the share. Yes.
Only up for that.
Yes. So we've had to be creative on how to make a living, and we've added, value added things. All our fall fun festival, our pumpkin fiesta, we called it as well. We've been doing that for probably close to 40 years, where people can come with their families and do all kinds of fun farm activities.
Right? It's quiet today. We're a little bit early, but it is about to be crazy here.
What is the dates for your pumpkin festival?
The dates, so our fall fun starts this weekend. It's Friday, it's Saturdays and Sundays as well as Labor Day, and Columbus Day. And since COVID, we've changed our way of doing things a little bit, and it's made it a better experience. So now there is an admission fee and admission tickets to come to the farm, and then it includes your apple picking, and it includes all the fun activities that you can do, the live music. It includes everything. So you just pay once, and then you're on the farm, and you can go about doing your business. You don't have to wait in line for the next thing or the next thing. You can just go crazy.
Go have your adventure.
Yeah, go have your adventure, and you can walk out to the orchards. You don't have to. We brought the wagon ride back for an extra fee this year. We walked all during COVID, and we found that people really liked that.
It's good to get your steps in, right?
You get your steps in.
You're going to have that cider. You might as well get your steps in.
Yeah, when you're walking with your family, you're making memories, doing things. You go across the bridge. Like I said, we're 300.
A lot of photo shoots happen here. Everyone wears their best fall outfits
for their favorite hat.
They're perfect.
So we encourage people to come out and walk the ground. Spend time out in nature and on the farm.
Absolutely. How many people do you have on your team here? You've grown quite a bit.
Oh yeah, at this time of year we have close to 100. A lot of them are part-time and mostly seasonal, but we do need a lot of help. And it's also busy wedding season. People love to get married and have parties here, so we do that as well.
I think it's a perfect venue to have a party here. It's just
It is.
Beautiful.
And beautiful photo opportunity. I know we were talking earlier that my neighbor was married here, and they were all on the back of a tractor wagon, and they have the most beautiful photos of everybody. So
yeah, we have a lot of opportunities for good pictures for sure.
We love animals. What do you have? We saw the dogs earlier when we drive in.
Yeah, we have our petting zoo. We've had our animals here since the beginning. We've always had a petting zoo. We are a fruit and mostly fruit and some vegetable farm. We're not good animal farmers. They kind of come here and stay here forever and die. They're not for production. They're for our enjoyment. So we do have alpacas and goats and pigs. We have a couple of potbelly pigs. We have Juan and Juanita, our donkeys, and chickens. And it's just fun. What would a farm be without animals? So it's fun for the kids to come and feed the animals.
Yeah. So do they have a barn?
Yeah, sure. Yep, they have little barns in their pens where they are in the summertime, and then in the wintertime they go to the big barn across the street and all huddle together to keep warm.
Oh,
and are all the school tours booked already, or do you still have space for schools?
Yeah, we have time. This is the time. Everybody's going back to school now, so this is the time that you should call to get your school tour in. You can do apple picking or pumpkin picking, or if you want to do both, we can do both as well. And it includes an educational talk in the barn, in the 150-year-old barn, about a little bit of history and then where their food comes from. So many city kids are not quite sure where things come from.
I was always a chaperone on the Becker Farms field trip.
I know. I remember when my kids were really small and we went to Becker Farms, and I was a chaperone as well.
I never liked the Penn-Dixie digging for fossils. That was not the one I ever volunteered for. This was the one.
Yeah.
So just in case there's some parents out there looking for a volunteer opportunity, it's the one.
So, and do you have family that also works with you?
Oh, yeah. Yes. My husband and I, we started, and all three of my kids are here. My one son is the wine and beverage maker. He makes all the wine, beer, and hard cider. And then my other son is more in the agriculture side and in charge of the CSA. And then my daughter helps out with the weddings, helps with the weddings.
Beautiful. Keeping that family close.
I know. That's
we're
really
trying.
special. That's really great.
And can you find your products outside of Becker Farms or only here?
Most things you only find here. We do have some of our wines in liquor stores, but there again, we're a small farm, so it's either you got to do it right and do it small, or do it really big. So we're kind of in that area, and we've decided to sell all our like I said, we grow, we make, and we sell our products all here. Our homemade pies are the best to die for.
Oh, good.
They're all
They're so
hand-rolled.
good.
And our
I know.
donuts, we're starting our homemade donuts. They're hand-rolled fried cakes. They're not donut robots or anything.
Right,
They're old-fashioned donuts.
The apple cider donuts, I think I've gotten here before.
Yeah. I'm
They're
definitely
really
leaving
good.
with some of those.
Yeah.
Do not worry. So, and it was easy to get here. I mean, I came right from the city, and it was.
Yeah, it's an
wasn't-
easy drive.
yeah.
Just Google it. Now that we have Google, we used to have to tell people directions for years and years,
Right.
but now everybody's got a GPS. So, and it's really the back roads. You don't have to go through Lockport. You can come directly here. It's kind of nice. You know, people say, who's going to go to the farm? You're way out in the middle of nowhere. And we are kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but it's also nice to be out in the middle. You know, like if people are coming
That's
to the
the charm of
farm,
it.
you want to
Yeah.
be out in the country. You don't want to be right next to the
Yeah.
city. You want to be out in the country. So
That's
a
right.
few extra minutes and you're out here in the country.
So you grew up in Orchard or in Western New York,
Yes. Well, I grew up right here on the farm.
right here on the farm.
Yep.
What do you love living about Western New York?
There's a lot of great things about Western New York. And I have, when I graduated high school, I traveled all over the world. I've been many places. And Western New York still it's got to be I mean, it's a home, of course, but it really has so much to offer. I know it's nice to have warm weather and everything, but man, I wouldn't want to be in Florida right now. It's too hot. You know, we have our seasons, which is, I think that's good for your soul, to have change and to have a time to rest, to have a time for everything wakes up again. And then we appreciate the summers because they are short, but they're good. Like, I think they said that Buffalo is like one of the best cities in the country in the summertime because the weather is not too hot. It's not cold. There's plenty of sunny days. And then the fall, you know, the fall is beautiful as well. It's good to have
all
seasons.
the seasons. Yeah.
And there's so many things to do. I mean, just
I love that
look
you
at
have live
everything.
music here. So tell me a little bit about the music and
Yes.
like if I wanted to come back and you
Right.
know hang with Bethany and listen to some live music, what
Sure.
would that be?
that would be, so every Saturday we have live music in the brew pub from 5 to 9. We have live music every Saturday evening. And then for the fall fun days, every Saturday, Sunday, and on the holidays, we'll have live music right here on our stage
Oh,
for everybody to listen to from 1 to 4.
Oh,
So there's
great.
always
Do you have
music going on.
karaoke? Marnie really wants to pick up that microphone.
Might take the mic. No, we don't want to scare their customers away.
I'm sure you could make a guest appearance.
Right. And do you have, are any of your family members musicians or any of your employees? Do they? Or they are
No,
local bands?
they're all Western New York bands. We have a wide variety, and some of them are really, I mean, almost all of them are good. Some of them are really good. Like, you don't have to go far away to listen to good music in Western New York.
No.
There's all kinds of genres and good musicians that just love to play. So it's
sure.
fun.
So you're open all year round, or when do you close?
Yeah, so we're open in the winery and brewery all year round. We do have a couple days off in the winter when it, you know, like we're Thursday through Sunday in the wintertime. But at this time of year, we're open every day.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you say this is like your big time of year?
Yes, September and October is our busiest time of year. It's the best. I mean, we have all the crop, you know, with the apples to pick, and
Yes.
you know, there's more activities to do. But it's fun. It's great to come here in the summer because it isn't as busy, and you can pick strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries.
So fun. And so in our pod squad, they can find you on social media and
Yeah, BeckerFarms.com.
okay, our website. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, and check out all the information.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
One other thing I want to say about our food in Western New York.
Yeah.
People don't realize, we take it for granted that we have so many beautiful fresh fruits and vegetables, but this is a very unique part of the country where we can grow fruit. The lakes make the climate and the soils really good, not just in variety, but in flavor. The flavor of the fruits and vegetables that come from Western New York are the best ever.
See, I didn't know that was because of the lakes.
Yeah, that's the microclimate of the lakes, and the fact that we have warm, sunny days, but then cool nights,
Right.
especially in the fall. that variation in temperature just concentrates the flavor of what we grow.
Yeah.
And I've had several people that have moved to Florida, and I mean, Florida grows a lot of great things, but they say it doesn't taste the same as Western New York. And we take that for granted, but it's not the same everywhere.
Sure, that plays into all the great restaurants that we have and all the very talented chefs and the farm to table.
Do you do any farm to table dinners?
We use what we do grow. We try to incorporate it into our menu. And in the past, we have done some. But then we kind of got busy with weddings and other events, so it was hard to like fit everything in.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a great restaurant scene in Western New York.
For sure. If there's bride and groom looking to book their wedding here, how far out are you?
I mean, it's kind of late for this year, but we are booking. We're booking into next year. Yes, now is a great time to come and see the grounds. All the flowers look beautiful. We have our wedding team that can give you a tour of the facilities and show you around and give you a quote right on the spot, so that you can plan your wedding for next year.
Nice.
Yeah.
And do you do all the food here? Can people cater? How does that work?
We try to do most of the food here. There's options, though. They can talk to our wedding team to see what's best for them.
Like baby showers or bar bat mitzvahs.
Yes. We do a
you
lot
know,
of baby showers,
yeah,
rehearsal dinners, birthday parties.
Sweet 16. Like there's all the occasions because it's so family friendly. Right? And I feel like there's something for everybody here.
Is there a mechanical bull here?
We did have a guest appearance of a mechanical bull earlier this year, but he doesn't live here.
Okay. Marnie's daughter really wants that mechanical bull for her birthday party.
She was here actually. She was here when the mechanical bull was here.
We know where to get one. If she wants it for a party, we can accommodate a mechanical bull.
Perfect.
Good.
Well, I think we should take a walk around.
Yes. And get those donuts.
Get a little tour of the farm. What do you think?
Yeah,
I'm down. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mindy. Congratulations on 130 years.
Thank you.
All right, let's go explore.
So hot and buggy here in the orchard.
It's amazing. This orchard is amazing. I couldn't help myself. I had to jump in and pick a few.
Already filling up your bag. Mine's empty.
I know. It's not a race. It's not a race, but it is super fun, and they're ready. The apples are ready to be picked. What happens if you find a worm in your apple? Is that good luck?
Protein.
Is it like finding the worm in tequila or something?
Extra protein.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So do you prefer like the Granny Smith or like these little red guys?
So long as it's crisp and fresh tasting. Like this time of year, fun fact that I know from working at Mayer Brothers.
She's an expert.
I just play one on TV. Apples, it's a seasonal, so a lot of times they come from cold storage, especially in the beginning of the season before the apples are ready. So when you're at the grocery store, if your apple is like not quite as crisp as you want it, it's a cold storage apple. Wah, wah, wah.
Cold storage apple.
Yeah. So they keep it at like different. I don't know anything about cold storage.
Like they pick it and then they keep it in cold storage. Is that what you're saying? It's not like the tree or the plant is in cold storage.
Right. No, they're just not as fresh.
Yeah. Well, these guys are fresh.
These are fresh. These are off the tree.
I've picked them off the tree. And Judd's eating one right now.
Judd's eating one. They're very crispy. We can hear them all the way from here.
He's got a crisp chomp right there. It's like a real crisp chomp. Should I take a bite of one?
So, yes, you should.
All right.
I'm
going to see how it is.
I like a mix of apples. I think a pie is best made with a mix of apples. Cider is best made with a mix of apples.
Do you make pie? Do you do homemade pies? Or do you buy them at Becker Farms?
I would buy one at Becker Farms.
Oh, my God. That is a crispy apple.
Paige would call that ASMR. Right? That's the new lingo. We need more young followers. That's what they say. ASMR. That's like the nail clicking.
I know what it is.
Well, there might be people out there that don't know what it is.
Miles knows how to get me. He like comes up right behind me when I can't see him coming, and he starts like chewing in my ear, and he's like, "Hey, Mom." And I was like, "No!" I was like, "Stop with that!" And and then Talia will be like with her nails,
The nails
Anyways.
clicking.
Okay, listen, Pod Squad, listen.
You're never going to be taste testing food on the Today Show. You take a tiny bite, a tiny taste. And look at you going all in. You might have left a tooth in that apple. You took such a big bite.
And then wipe it away with a napkin.
You're no Savannah Guthrie.
First of all, I took a big bite on purpose because I wanted everyone to hear it.
Oh, okay.
Thinking if they were listening, not watching.
Oh, they heard it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's pick away. I got
right.
my eye on those guys
These,
right there.
there's some really nice Granny Smiths over there. These look like maybe it's a red variety. I'm not really sure.
You know, we could do it like supermarket sweep and see how many we can get in our bags. The three of us. We could just go ahead, everyone take a bag and see who can fill it up the quickest. Who's in? Who's in for a little apple picking contest?
That's right. Oh my gosh, this has been such a fun episode. I have missed you guys so much.
I know. It's good to be back. Thank you for joining
be
us.
home. Thank
Great
you
to
so
see you,
much.
Bethany, Judd. Always a pleasure.
Oh my gosh.
And so
We
I'm just going to
will.
eat my apple and be on my way.
See you in October. Who knows where we're going next?
Bye.